Hey guys, my name is Jacob. I'm the owner of Kubuś Photo Services in the heart of Greenpoint. We specialize in developing and scanning, printing 35mm and 120 film. We also do passport pictures, and we have a wide selection of stock available as far as film goes. So why don't we come inside, take a look. We're gonna start off with our storefront here. Awesome display of cameras that have been donated by so many customers over the years. There's so much history going on over here. Each one of these tells their own unique story.
And tell us about the origin of the name Kubuś.
Sure. So my name is Jacob, which is Jakub in Polish. And when you are Polish and your name is Jakub, your nickname automatically becomes Kuba or Kubuś. Kind of how Robert, you can get Bob or Bobby. So Kubuś is the cute version of Jacob in Polish. My dad, when he started this lab in '94 with our original location over at 570 Manhattan Avenue, in, I suppose, some feelings of missing his family back home after he came over by himself for about a year, he named it after me. So in a way, he named this for me with the intention of me taking it over one day. And I'm super proud to have taken it over and allowed it to grow and flourish and become so deep rooted in the community after he planted the seeds and I kind of took over. It's my namesake.
All right,
Let's go inside. So we have a cute little space here in the front. We have a little waiting area and of course the reception where people can drop off their orders, pick up their orders. We have a large selection of film in stock. The little kiosk here on your right allows people for printing images from their phone, from their USB drives, or any other devices that they might have.
What about this space is still from the original?
Well, I try to keep pieces here and there. For example, the yellow Kodak shelf here for the black and white film that we've used. Of course, the Kodak writing and the branding has worn off over the years. All of the cameras, a lot of these have been in our hands for 3 decades or more at this point.
Yeah. Say again? No, thank you. Appreciate your help.
I think I was less so emotionally tied to any way that the space was physically set up rather than what it actually means and the heart of how we operate.
Is this some of your work?
That is, yeah. Actually, that's a wedding couple that I photographed in Dubai.
Wow.
It's the Dubai desert.
Traveled like all over.
I have been around for sure. I think I have about 15 or so countries under my belt where I traveled for work. This little project took us probably about a year to collect as many unique rolls of film as possible. Probably weighs about 100 pounds too. Yeah. So getting that mounted securely on the wall was something I was definitely.
That's so cool. And where did you get those?
These are every single one of these rolls have been dropped off by our customers.
Oh, wow. So you print images from any format, but your sort of like specialization is printing from film, right?
It really depends on what the customers are asking for. The vast majority of what we do is 35 and 120 film.
Oh, okay.
But of course, we can print your iPhone pictures, we can print your professional photos that were done digitally as well. There's really no limitation on that.
And these are your passport photo services?
One of the offers that we have is Free Film Thursday. So if someone drops off 3 rolls of film and they get them scanned in high res, they get a free roll of film, a new roll of film, up to $15 worth.
Oh, wow.
So we have some.
What's this about? The expired?
So all film does have an expiration date. Once the expiration date is crossed, you can expect slightly different colors than the manufacturer intended for the images to look like. Contrast might be affected, things like that. But as soon as things go out of date and they expire, we set them on sale. They're still very usable films. In the vast majority of cases, especially if it expired about a month or two ago, it's not really going to be affected. So This is our middle area. This is where we primarily do our passport pictures. So we can do passport photos for almost any country in the world. Every single country is going to have their own requirements as far as dimensions go and how close to the camera the face is. Most commonly, we'll do US images for passports, visas, whether you're doing a new application or renewal, as well as European passports. We have some inventory on the left here, so everything from film stock. This is the paper that we use for prints, paper that we use for passport images. So the back area is not going to be the prettiest, but it's very, very organized and very functional. Everything has its own place. Starting on your left, we have all the chemistry that we use. Everything from developer, fixer, bleach, for both our negative developing as well as our print machine. Our black and white chemistry is over here. So I guess we can maybe start over on the right. This machine, it has seen better days, and I was actually about to replace it completely until we heard the news, of course. So that's a little bit up in there. It's still functioning, it's still working. It just takes a little bit of finesse.
What is this?
So this machine is it's a Noritsu V50, and basically what it does is inside of the machines there are racks through which the negative travels. So when the film comes into our lab, it is inside of a canister like this. Maybe I should start over on our splicing station. So we will use a little device like this, which is called a film picker. This goes inside the canister and it takes the negative out. Once we have the negative out, we will splice it onto what's called the leader card. Every single roll is marked with a sticker that is called a twin check. So one sticker goes on the order envelope and one goes on the actual negative itself. Once the leader card has 2 rolls of film taped, that leader card with the rolls of film goes inside of here. So that goes inside of there. The machine will start feeding it through the chemistry, and every single rack has a different type of chemistry in it, which alters the image and actually develops the image. So once the leader card goes through, the machine cuts them down, and these are just disposed of. So the typical process is it'll go through color developer, then it'll go through bleach, fixer, stabilizer, and wash. It'll go out through the dryer, and then once that's done, we have our entire racks of film over here in the back, where you can see the negatives are hanging, waiting to be scanned and or printed, depending on whatever the customer requested. This is one of our scanning stations. So right now we are doing a full res scan, which takes much longer. We're scanning a piece of black and white film, 35mm there. So this is a Noritsu HS1800 scanner. Basically, it's digitizing the images. So that's getting us ready to be able to send it out, email to the customer. If there are prints being requested as well as part of the order, that's going to go over to our mini lab over on the other side of the room here. Okay.
These film curtains.
Is it curtains? Okay, so no, you're good. So the mini lab, this is a QSS 3411 Noritsu mini lab. This is the workhorse of our lab as far as prints are concerned. We can print up to 12 inches wide. So right now you see on the screen we have a big order coming through. This was actually a print order that was placed online. So people are able to upload their images online. It'll come in through our system here, and everything goes. This is a very legacy machine. It's running on Windows 2000. There is no way to do anything about that because that is just what the firmware is set to. But this is integrated over the network with our more modern machines, so we're able to share files between everything, and we're basically combining old with new. Okay. So all of the prints are coming in through here. So the machine itself has several paper magazines depending on different sizes, which are behind these doors here. And there's a laser here. that basically prints the image. And then this section here, if I were to lift this cover, which I can't when it's running, this also has chemistry. So the printer going through a silver halide process to create the image, which results in a much more durable and archival style process where the images won't fade over time compared to images created on inkjet style printers. Okay. Now this machine here, it's very similar to the first one that we looked at. This is a bit of a Frankenstein machine because it's been retrofitted with certain specifications and pieces of technology that allow us to develop black and white film. So it works in the same exact way as a C41 machine, but black and white negatives require different temperatures, they require different chemistry. So for that we require a different machine. This one also allows us to change the timing of the development process, which essentially allows the film to be either pushed or pulled depending on how it's been shot. Okay. So that's a brief rundown. The TV that you see above the scanning station there, that's our dashboard that allows us to, at a quick glance, see how many rolls are pending for today or coming days. So our current space is roughly 700, 750 square feet. There are days where I feel like I wish I had a little bit more, but 700, 750 would be the bare minimum, kind of what I'm looking for. It's a little bit loud over there. So I'd say roughly 750 square feet, plus or minus 50 feet would probably be ideal.
You want to stay in the neighborhood?
We definitely want to stay in the neighborhood. Our hearts are in Greenpoint. This business is so deep-rooted in Greenpoint, I can't imagine operating this anywhere else. If, worst case scenario, I might be open to relocating somewhere in an adjacent neighborhood, but I really want to do everything possible to stay here. This is where we started, and I want to make sure that, we stay with this community that allowed us to prosper and supported us for so many years. So I definitely don't want to leave.
Do you have particular area in Greenpoint in mind, or anywhere in Greenpoint? You want to be close to the train station?
My preference would be trying to stay as close as possible to the Nassau Avenue, Manhattan Avenue intersection. Foot traffic is very important to us. Probably about 40% of people find us just walking past and seeing the interesting display of cameras over on the street. From the street side, one of my favorite things about how we operate is the customer service that we're able to offer to people. So if you're coming in and you're about to shoot your first roll of film, you're not sure how to load your camera, if you want any advice on what kind of film stock to purchase, tell us, what kind of situations you're going to be photographing in, or you're going to be indoors, outdoors. We will guide you. We will explain all the differences between all the film stocks available. That's not something that's possible if we were to relocate somewhere more remotely and completely rely on people mailing us their film rolls.
For the in-person
the in-person facing experience is definitely important. It's a challenge, it's a balancing act of finding the right place at the right price point with the right size. That is also set up physically with the type of infrastructure. Obviously we would have to renovate and kind of tailor the space to our needs, but if something is currently set up as a restaurant, for example, I don't know if that would be the best fit to completely redo an area like that for what we need. Okay.
Any other things you want to say? We talked a lot, so.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, We've been put in a situation that is really unfortunate after being here for over 3 decades. I'm desperate to make this work. I don't know what else to say.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.